Welcome to Game Point, your boy Big J. Huge show today. Got your boy M. Goodnight and your favorite internet troll, Hez the Great, will join us. Got a lot to talk about today. We're going to start right now. Sports is coming back, whether you like it or not. We learned today that the NHL is coming up with a 24-team playoff that is going to finish last year's season. I'm excited about that. I mean, I love sports coming back. I just don't think it's fair to throw those teams into a playoff situation. I think we've already missed the NBA, window and the NHL window to have playoffs. I don't think it's fair for the teams involved. The part of the playoffs is the part we're going to miss is that there's usually a hot team in any sport. There's usually a team that no one expects to win it. A team that didn't have a great regular season but just squeaks into the playoffs and really makes a difference. Not saying that can't happen now, but you've kind of lost, all those things that are leading up to the playoffs. I mean, for these teams to be out of, commission for, the last 2 months, I don't know if you can get the kind of quality that you're going to get, the kind of passion that you're going to get in the playoffs. Just speaking for, the team here, the Colorado Avalanche, we really had a great team. We have a young team. We had a team that I think could really have won the Stanley Cup. Not that they can't win this 24-game or this 24-team playoff, but I just don't think they can, it's the same passion and they're going to be able to muster up that same thing. So we'll see. With this being said, I mean, we're going to have everybody coming back. Major League Baseball is making plans to come back. I never was really in question for the NFL. I knew they were going to have a season regardless. But this is just going to open the door for everybody to come back. We have NASCAR, UFC. So, slowly but surely, sports is going to lead the way, as they always do. If everyone remembers during 9/11 when the games were canceled. Sports is kind of what really brought the country back. So I really think we need sports back to bring the country back as we did then, we do now. So we'll definitely see. I'm excited to see sports again. I just think we should start all over. I just don't think we can have playoffs. And I know the people deserve that. I know we deserve to have an NHL champion and an NBA champion. But just the way we're rolling into it, it just doesn't feel the same. I'm your boy Big J. This is Game Point. Stay tuned. Hez and M. Goodnight's going to join me. We're going to talk a full schedule of things going on in the world of sports. So stay tuned. AHRR Network right here on Game Point. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. Big show coming up. We'll be right back. Relevant numbers. The numbers.
Oh, here we go.
Welcome back to Game Point. It's your boy Big J, joined by your favorite internet troll, Hez. And what we're talking about now is, if I know everybody's watched the last couple weeks, and I'm sorry it went off, but The Last Dance was one of the best documentaries that I had seen, and not just about Michael Jordan, but just sports period. And we're just gonna kind of put a wrap on that situation because everybody got a chance. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people got a chance to see that, and it was a candid look at the Bulls and Michael Jordan. And I think what I took from that and everything that has come out since is is that Michael Jordan is just that much better than LeBron. And I think it's kind of been proven through this documentary and all the comparisons that they've been going through since the documentary. I mean, they've had some numbers, head-to-head numbers.
What are the comparisons?
Michael Jordan is definitely
I'm looking at the head numbers right now. Total points, 6,911. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, 5,987. LeBron James is still playing, so that's already a point. That's one.
What are those total points in the playoffs?
No, it's just total stats. Total rebounds, 2,122 to LeBron James. Michael Jordan's 1,152. So
those are total stats. Are those total stats in the playoffs?
I'm thinking so. Yeah.
Because I didn't see. Yeah. What the numbers I saw clearly put Michael Jordan ahead of LeBron James. And we're going to bring M. Goodnight on next segment, and we're going to talk about this. But the numbers, they were clearly better than him.
Playoff numbers were clearly better than him. But what numbers is it?
The relevant numbers, the championships.
The relevant numbers
clearly are better than him.
Championships, yes. 6 rings to 3. Okay.
And I'm trying to find these numbers. These were ESPN numbers.
Debo.
And these were.
I don't know. I mean, I think what The Last Dance showed us is that Jordan is in fact human. Not only that, it also showed us that he needed help, right? He needed help. He wasn't on nothing. I'm talking about nothing. He spent years battling the Pistons and the Bad Boys, right? At one point, I think it was the Knicks, right? It was the Knicks. And then he had, if it wasn't for Rodman and Pippen, he wouldn't have surpassed. He won
okay, so here's some of the numbers I was talking about, and this was a poll that ESPN did.
Polls. That's
we're
polls
talking. Hold on, head. So that's what I'm saying. The opinion of most people in the country is that Jordan's a better player.
My God.
Hold on, let me give you the numbers.
Okay.
Better defensive player. 65% of the people voted for Michael Jordan. 65 to 35. No, I'm sorry, better offensive player. Michael Jordan was 65-35. Okay. Better defensive player. 59% for Mike, 41% for LeBron. Better passer. 59% for Mike, 41% for LeBron. Preferred teammate. Even after The Last Dance. 63%. Michael Jordan, 37% LeBron. You asked about the numbers, let me give them to you.
I'm listening.
Better clutch performer. 74% for Michael Jordan. 26% for LeBron. Choice to take the last shot. 76% for Michael Jordan. 24% for LeBron. More amazing. This was something they asked these people. More amazing.
Oh, yeah. Because when someone says more amazing, that means it's a valid.
I'm just giving you the stats. 74% Michael Jordan, 26% LeBron.
Again, these are all opinions.
And more likely to win.
This is somebody
one-on-one.
Who do you think is better?
More likely to win one-on-one. 67% Michael Jordan, 33%
These are based
LeBron.
on absolutely nothing. I just gave you the actual numbers that showed
what I'm
where
saying
LeBron was better. He's a better rebounder.
This is what people think.
LeBron is a better overall
This is what people
teammate.
think. So aside from those numbers, the regular numbers, people think that Michael Jordan's better.
Because people think it does not always mean it's true.
Okay,
right?
Here, more numbers.
Right?
More numbers.
People don't think the coronavirus is real, but it's a real disease. Let me give you
the example, the opinion that people have. More positive impact off the court.
You're not going to sit here and tell me.
62% of the people. 62% of the people think Michael Jordan has a more positive.
LeBron is building schools.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just giving you the numbers.
Jordan, you cannot bring in off-court legacies. LeBron's off-court legacy will always surpass Jordan's off-court legacy.
Okay, better signature sneaker for style and fashion. Jordan, 79%.
That's for sure.
LeBron, 20%.
I can give you that one.
Better signature sneaker for performance.
That's
Jordan, 77%. LeBron, 23%.
But let's be honest. I mean, come on now. You don't see too many players playing in Jordans anymore. The game.
What?
The game. You don't see.
Everybody plays in Jordan.
Not everyone.
Jordan brand.
Everyone doesn't always play.
Okay,
Jordans,
so hold on.
The shoes. Like
hold on. I got the last group of numbers I want to give you.
Okay.
Best overall. 35 years or older. 79% of people go 35 years or older, Michael Jordan. Less than 35 years old, 66% of the people that voted in this ESPN think Michael Jordan was better younger than 35. Total, 73% of the people think Michael Jordan was better than LeBron.
And let me see, where is this ESPN? This is a poll.
This is ESPN.
Again, this is a poll. I'm talking straight facts. I'm giving you the numbers.
The facts.
You're bringing in numbers to somebody saying like personal opinion. Somebody saying,
wait. What numbers are you saying? Because if we're going to talk about numbers, 6 rings to LeBron's 3.
To LeBron's 3 rings.
37 point scoring average. LeBron has never averaged 30 points.
But he's averaged 40 in the finals, which Jordan has not done. You're going
to take 40 points in a 7-game series or 37 in 82 games.
Against arguably the
Are you going to take 40 in 7 games or 37 in 82?
It was like 40, 10, and 7.
Are you kidding me?
It was like 40, 10,
Stop
and 7 in the finals.
Stop it.
The finals are the best time. Regular season never matters. It never matters. The shit, when it really matters is when that ring is on the line. And you of all people should know that. You of all people should know that, right?
Then the number one stat we should say. Then the number one stat is 6 rings to 3. When the money's on the line, 6 rings to 3 under your own.
Even that. Let's talk about those 6 rings. 2 of them, right? 2 of them was saved. John Paxson saved one of those rings. Utah Jazz game 6? No, it was that game 5.
Did LeBron win all of those rings, the 3, or did Kyrie help him? Was Kyrie the reason they won?
LeBron scored 10 straight.
Was Kyrie the reason they won a ring?
No, LeBron was the reason why they won a ring. Kyrie was there. Kyrie was in Cleveland 2-3 years prior LeBron and didn't win jack shit. I
can tell you this.
Actually won a lottery pick.
He was there a year before that. I can tell you this. Without Kyrie, they don't beat Golden State one of those years. I'm sorry, Kyrie was the. I've never had Jordan and covered Jordan or watched Jordan say, without Scottie Pippen or without Steve Kerr.
That's proven though. It's not
proven.
Without Dennis Rodman,
it's not proven.
Without Scottie Pippen.
What's been proven was that same team without Michael Jordan didn't get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
What was proven was that same team without Michael Jordan won one less game than they won the year with Michael Jordan. Same team.
What do they do in the playoffs?
That same team.
What do they do in the playoffs?
Because they lost the Eastern Conference Finals.
No, they didn't get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
They lost in what, second round?
Okay, so the year before they won the NBA title.
But didn't Jordan come back and play that year?
No, they didn't. No, he didn't. He was out for 2 playoffs. He came back the
second year and then lost.
Against Shaq and them in the Eastern Conference Finals, yes.
In conclusion, I don't know how The Last Dance proves. It showed me
What is LeBron's highest scoring average? Per year. Does anybody give me? Go ahead. You're great at going to your phone.
Studio audience.
Yeah.
Studio audience addressing. Do you really believe Jordan would beat LeBron 1-on-1? And to your poll, and then also, do you really believe off court he's been a more positive?
I don't believe that. I think LeBron definitely off the court has been more influential and more positive. Now, let me say this: more positive, yes, I say LeBron. More influential, maybe Michael Jordan.
LeBron James' highest scoring season was 35 points per game. So literally a bucket. I
don't remember LeBron every
2014, 2015 was the Miami Heat.
He averaged 35.
He averaged 35 points per game. And then the year after that, and then 2017, 2018, he averaged 34. At an age older than Jordan. Averaged 34 when Jordan was the same age. He averaged 22.
I don't know about that.
He averaged 22. LeBron is the apex of athletes. It does not get any better than that. It does not get. How do you have someone at 6?
Let me go ahead and say this because
that was 25.3 in 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
2014, 2015.
2014, 2015. That was 25.3 also.
I'm looking right at the stats.
What are you looking at, Hez?
27.1.
What are you looking at, Hez?
I'm looking at... Okay, my bad. It says the finals. Whoops, my bad.
Season averages.
My bad. I put it in season.
Season averages.
His highest average was 30 points.
Okay, whoops. That's 3 buckets.
Reggie Miller averaged more points than
3 buckets. Reggie Miller never won a finals. So let's not go there.
Because of Michael Jordan. Because of Michael Jordan. Reggie Miller didn't eat because of Michael Jordan. Charles Barkley didn't eat because of Michael Jordan.
Right?
Karl Malone didn't eat because of Michael Jordan. John Stockton didn't eat because of Michael Jordan.
All these players, right?
All these great players did not eat because of Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan kept them. Michael Jordan kept them. Was it Michael Jordan or was it Michael Jordan's team? Was it Phil Jackson?
Without Michael Jordan on those teams, they don't win. But if you take one of those players off that team, if you take John Paxson or Steve Kerr off those teams, they still win.
No, they don't.
Well, why not? Because somebody else is going to hit that shot.
Who?
Whoever they have.
Who?
Insert whoever you want.
Who?
Insert you.
Yeah.
Insert Sam.
I'm gonna
insert whoever.
Yeah, that's a
in good night, myself.
So that, but
whoever's going to fill that role, they're going to win that game. They're going to win. Michael Jordan was just.
So Michael Jordan, you said Michael Jordan was going to will them. So how come Michael Jordan couldn't will them in the years prior?
In the years prior to what?
In the years prior, Pippen. In the years prior, Rodman.
Because you had better teams.
Now you had
better teams.
Now it's better teams.
You had the great. Hold on. You had a dynasty in Detroit. That he had to overcome. You had a Laker dynasty. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these
he had to get help for. They had to get help for, right? That he had to get help for.
He got Scottie Pippen.
That he had to get. Arguably one, almost like where was he ranked at on the top 10 list? Scottie Pippen.
Top 50.
He's in the top 50.
In the top 10 list. Was he ranked on the top 10?
Not on there.
No, he wasn't. He was on the top 10.
Okay, well, arguably one of the greatest shooting guards of all time.
He's a
shooting small forwards of all time. Dennis Rodman, arguably one of the greatest power forwards of all time. Arguably,
that's the second three. That's the second three titles.
Arguably, right?
This is the second three titles.
Arguably, though, right? No, arguably, though, right? I'm just saying. He's having these. He's having these good players that come and play with him.
Dennis Rodman is arguably.
He's having these good players.
Dennis Rodman is arguably
I'm not letting you repeat myself. I already said it.
One of the greatest power forwards of all time?
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Yeah. Is he not?
No, he's not.
Defensive power.
No, he's not.
Dennis Rodman is not one of. I didn't say he's the greatest. I said he's one of the greatest power forwards of all. You're telling me he's not?
Is Dennis Rodman my top 10 power forwards of all time?
Yes. Yeah. Hell yes. Hell yes. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
No. I'm not sure about that. Because we can talk about Karl Malone.
I put him top 10 just because of his defense and rebound. He was a hell of a defender and a hell of a rebounder.
And that's a good night off camera. We're gonna get his take on this. But top 10 power forwards all time. First, we have to get a list of power forwards.
He's in there.
So you got Moses Malone. You got Karl Malone.
Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing was the center.
Oh shit.
You have Tim Duncan.
You have. You have a lot of power
Right.
What M. Knight has to say,
right.
what nobody really wants to hear, is that I would compare LeBron more to Magic than a Michael.
I would too.
Michael, you said Magic Jordan's better than You think Magic Johnson's the best player of all time?
I think Magic Jordan is. Magic Johnson is. One day I might wake up and say Magic Johnson. One day Michael Jordan. I think those two right there are the two best players to ever play. And I think Magic Johnson, skill-wise, is the best player to ever play. Magic Johnson.
So completely negate LeBron. The fact that LeBron is approaching. I can't remember the numbers exactly, but with assists, he's approaching assists, and he surpassed Jordan in points. And approaching Magic Johnson with an assist.
He's almost 20 years in the game.
Well, whose fault is that though? Whose fault is that?
So we were talking power forwards, right? We were talking power forwards.
You can't blame an athlete for
longevity. We were talking power forwards, and you said Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Is Dennis Rodman better than Dirk Nowitzki? Would you take Dennis Rodman or Dirk Nowitzki? I'll take Dirk. I'm gonna ask you a serious question.
I'm taking Dennis Rodman.
I'm gonna ask you a serious question. Serious. Yeah. So Dennis Rodman or Dirk Nowitzki?
Dennis.
Okay, Dennis Rodman or Tim Duncan?
Tim Duncan.
Dennis Rodman or Kevin Garnett?
Dennis Rodman.
Over Kevin Garnett?
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman over Charles Barkley?
Charles Barkley.
Dennis Rodman over Karl Malone?
Karl Malone.
Dennis Rodman over Kevin McHale?
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman over Elvin Hayes?
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman over Bob Pettit?
Bob Pettit. No. Dennis Rodman.
I mean, Dennis Rodman over Larry Bird. No. If you put Larry Bird as power forward. Dennis Rodman over Chris Webber.
Come on now. No, I take Dennis Rodman. Chris Webber wasn't. Come on now. You would take Chris Webber over Dennis Rodman?
Chris what?
Chris Rodman.
Would you take Dennis Rodman over Zach Randolph?
No. No. Yeah, hell yeah. I would take Dennis Rodman.
Would you take Dennis Rodman over Rasheed Wallace?
Yes. Yes.
In his prime?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Because you're also talking about Dennis Rodman in his prime. You're also talking about Dennis Rodman in his prime.
Would you take Dennis Rodman over Horace Grant? From that first, would you take Dennis Rodman over Amari Stoudemire?
It depends on which Amari Stoudemire. But yeah, he was never really an off.
Dennis Rodman over Elton Brand.
All these names you're saying, man, it's starting to sound like.
I'm just saying. I'm putting some names.
Dennis Rodman is
You're
definitely
going to lower tier, and he's better than these lower tier.
Yeah, bro, he's definitely.
The top 10,
sure.
the top 10, I believe, I would take all those guys over.
Is Dennis Rodman better than Sean Kemp?
No.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, if you want to talk,
I named it.
if you want to,
I named it.
if you want to talk about it, they're essentially the same people. They're both one-dimensional, right? Dennis Rodman can play defense. Sean Kemp can only dunk. What's the difference? What's the difference? What's the difference?
I can't give the Rain Man just a dunker title. I can't give him that.
Please tell me, because he averaged 14 points.
Who?
Sean Kemp. In his whole career, he
I
averaged
can't
14
give him
points.
just a dunker title though.
Sean Kemp had a couple.
I can't do that.
Where? I need to know. What was he known for? Because definitely wasn't shooting threes. Wasn't pulling.
Athletics, just
And being athletic, what, rebounding?
Sean Kemp had a mid-range. See, what you young men don't know about
Yeah, you can't have a mid-range averaging 14 points. You can't have a mid-range averaging 14 points.
Sean Kemp had a couple bad years.
It was more mid-range games.
He
shot
had
more
a couple
mid-range
bad
shots.
years that took that down.
I've named 10
I'm hearing a bunch
power
of
forwards
excuses.
better than
I'm hearing a
Dennis
bunch of
Rodman.
excuses.
I've named 10 power forwards better than Dennis
You
Rodman.
named maybe 3 or 4.
I've named 10
maybe
power
3 or 4.
We're gonna come
maybe
back.
5.
You're watching the game show right here. Our network, your boy Big J, Hez, the internet troll, M. Goodnight will be joining us. We're gonna take a quick break. Come back more and talk more about this because I've named 10 power forwards that are better than Dennis Rodman.
Name 10.
Better than Dennis. I did.
Name 10. You named like 5 that was good.
I named 10.
Dirk win.
Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett win. Before
Win. Are you saying Dirk win?
Kevin Garnett.
We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna give this dude a
Timberwolves.
You're watching Game Point on our network.
He was with the
We'll be back.
Detroit. Boy Hez, I am back here with my man M. Goodnight. And he was just telling me, I don't know why I don't know why it's just this really weird opinion. Like I guess because y'all old, I guess that's what it is, but it's just always a LeBron Jordan debate, right? It's an older, right? LeBron Jordan debate. And the only thing that I hear is rings. Only thing that I hear is what, MVPs. No, not even MVPs, because LeBron's very much approaching that. It's just the rings. Like that's literally it. It's the rings and then the clutch gene. But in the playoffs, LeBron has more final second shots than Jordan and Kobe. So I don't know where the whole killer gene comes from. I don't know where that comes from. He has more like buzzer beaters than both of them in the playoffs. It doesn't get more real and more clutch than that. And as far as titles goes, yeah, I mean we bash a man for getting to a title game 9 times. That's something Jordan hasn't done. That's something that. It's something. I mean, it's something that a lot of NBA players have not done yet. Unfortunately, I mean, he's only won 3 of those times, but two or three of those times was arguably. Well, I mean, every situation is different. I'm not gonna lie. You can't talk about how he drug a shitty Cavaliers team twice, a beat up Cavaliers team once against the Golden State Warriors. But then we stop looking at that, and then we ignore the fact that he's down 3-1 against arguably the greatest team of all time, right? The Golden State Warriors, and then he comes back and wins that. We completely negate that. No one ever seems to mention that. No one ever sees something about that because it's in today's era.
I mean, definitely with the help of Kyrie Irving.
See, that's
who definitely hit the game winning shot.
But he also had 40 points. Like, I mean, he had 40 points leading up to that.
Is that? Are you sure that's the season that he averaged 40 points?
No, that's
the series that he averaged 40 points.
That was the game. That was the series that he averaged 40 points.
Well, yeah.
You feel me? He averaged 40. He averaged 40, and he scored the night before that. He averaged like 35. He won a fucking run.
My thing is, LeBron. I don't take anything from LeBron. Mm-hmm. LeBron may be the best overall, all-around player that there was. I think more of us on the older level, we talk about more of impact and what he did. Like when we came up, it was a whole different era of basketball.
Right.
It was. We don't go join a team. Mm-hmm. We don't go make this mega team to beat the next man.
Right.
You know, Jordan, the Bulls were created from within through their first 3-title run. When they first won the first 3 titles in a row, they were created from within. That was all drafted players, and a couple. It wasn't bringing in a big marquee like bringing in a Magic Johnson to the team to say, "Hey, we're gonna beat Detroit."
For sure.
So. I mean, I think that's where the discrepancy is that when LeBron had to go win one, he had to leave his team, his home, to go pair up with Dwayne Wade, who was one of the best at the time, Chris Bosh, who was one of the best at the time.
Not at the time.
Chris Bosh was a perennial All-Star.
But he was in the league about 13 years at that point.
Who? Chris Bosh, LeBron.
Chris Bosh was not.
Chris Bosh, LeBron James, and Dwayne Wade. They all came in the same year.
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony.
They did.
So they weren't there. They all came in the same year.
Yeah. Okay. You're right.
So he was definitely in his prime at that time. So. That's just my discrepancy. You can't take nothing away from LeBron, what he does, but my thing, and I heard you last week after I left, and you were kind of shitting on Karl Malone, and stating that Karl Malone just had dunks and he did this.
Sean Kemp had.
No, you stated that last week. You stated that.
If we can bring up the track,
you stated that. You stated that about last week that Karl Malone all he did was dunk.
No.
Y'all's thing was better shooter.
Better shooter.
And your thing was better shooter. And,
right.
your main point was better 3-point shooter.
He's right.
And when Tux and Jason were explaining it to you, Karl Malone had a mid-range game. Mm-hmm. Karl Malone didn't shoot 3-pointers. That wasn't his thing. So definitely LeBron is going to be a better 3-point shooter.
They were telling me that Karl Malone was a better 3-point shooter. Even better mid-range. Even better in mid-ranges. LeBron has a better higher percentage shooting than them. And then I said the only reason why Karl Malone's field goal percentage is so high is because you're playing in an era where most of your shots are closer to the basket.
But
that means you have a higher probability of making a shot.
What is LeBron's game?
LeBron's game is being just
his scoring game is basically inside doing the same things that Karl Malone did.
I don't think you could. How can you compare LeBron and Magic and then Karl Malone.
Oh, we don't get the Magic. We can get the
Magic.
we can get the Magic also.
So you're telling me LeBron reminds y'all of two different players?
No, I don't
Two
say.
different
I don't.
great
I said
players?
his game on the inside is more of an inside game. I'm not comparing the game.
Even his game on the outside, though. Even his
Yeah,
game
I mean-
on the outside. He's an assist. He's averaging. Let me see.
In assists, he never touched Magic Johnson. In points, Magic could never touch him. Magic had great teams all around him, so he got to assist the ball a lot.
LeBron has 9,928. And the NBA all-time assist leaders, he is 8th. With 900, with
Behind John
9,000.
Stockton, Magic Johnson, Mark Jackson. See, I can go down the list.
Chris Paul.
I can go down the list.
But he
Chris Paul was
still like I said, still in the prime of his season.
No, he's not in the prime of his
I mean,
career.
it's still it's not prime of his career, but he still has good 3-4 years.
Maybe two.
Nah,
Maybe two good years.
Three. We're talking about 3 solid years.
On the poll, it stated that Jordan can beat by 60-something% that he can beat LeBron James in a one-on-one game. How do you guys feel about that?
Physicality, no. I mean, I don't think that happens. I don't think Jordan. I just don't 1-on-1. No. Nah, it just doesn't. It doesn't fare well for Jordan. He's smaller.
One-on-one, I'm taking Jordan.
How? I think you just said that just because you wanted to get some.
No,
some play devil's
so I
advocate.
will. Hey, I will
know.
speak. I don't speak without facts.
Right.
Jordan is one of the all-time greatest defensive players through all eras.
Yeah.
So he knows how to deal with size. He knows how to deal with strength.
If you can tell me the biggest player Michael Jordan had to play in a 7-game series.
Do you know anything about Anthony Mason? Do you know anything?
Who was the biggest player Jordan had to face in a 7-game series?
Do you know anything about
1-on-1?
Anthony Mason?
Yeah. Well, but what had to do with Jordan?
He faced him in many 7-game series.
And how big was he?
Check it.
I doubt he was bigger than LeBron.
Check it.
All right, let's see. Anthony
The
Mason.
Charles Oakleys of the world. And Anthony Mason,
6'7", 249 pounds. Who was he? But he's nothing. He's nothing like LeBron James.
Are
he's
you
not,
kidding me?
He's not dribbling and attacking the basket like LeBron James. LeBron
Anthony
James
Mason was one of the
94
first
feet,
point
94
forwards that were in that played the game.
He's not doing it like LeBron James. Like Anthony Mason, LeBron James. Like that's.
Well, you asked me a question. You said who was the biggest guy that Michael Jordan had?
And Michael Jordan faced problems with Anthony Mason in that Knicks team, and you know he did in the playoffs. I can't remember what season it was, but multiple times.
They won every time. They never lost to the Knicks.
Yeah.
Never lost to the Knicks.
Yeah. Michael Jordan has lost the playoff series to the
Not
Knicks.
to the Knicks.
One more power forward. Is Dennis Rodman better than Grandmama? Larry Johnson?
No.
You think Dennis Rodman's better than Grandmama?
His career is, yeah.
In Heads for Prayers, he states, whenever we bring up anything, he brings up points. And you talk about the Dennis Rodman points, he only averaged 7 points per season.
7. I always bring up stats.
Is Dennis Rodman?
Well, that's one of your major
It's
stats.
7
You
points.
said what did Sean Kemp do?
And 13 rebounds.
Is Dennis Rodman better than Derek Coleman?
Yes.
No.
Oh, I have no clue. You're talking about arguably, like I said, one of the greatest power forwards of all time. If there is no Dennis Rodman, the Bulls do not win a championship.
He won it with
If there is no,
but he
no
won
Scottie
it.
Pippen,
He won.
they do not win a championship.
won.
Is Dennis Rodman better than Tom Chambers?
Yes.
Tom Chambers was nice. Tom Chambers was nice. I mean, I'll give LeBron his props, man. He's one of the greatest. But what I don't like about him is he just had the team. He had to go make a super team to win something.
But I mean, everyone, you cannot win without help.
I'm not. Nobody's won with help. But everybody doesn't go create a super team to win.
Again, I mean,
because LeBron knew if he would have stayed in Cleveland.
So what about KG? What about KG? Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rondo? That was the first super team that ever the first super team.
No,
first. How not?
The first super team was Magic, and the thing about it is he didn't. The front office didn't create that super team. Magic created that super team by making everybody that much better. That's how he created that super team. I'm sorry, Heads, for Perez.
I mean,
you don't like to hear that.
and what
you don't like to hear that.
The
but
thing
that's just
about the way the Lakers,
the truth.
but I'm still stunned how the Lakers. Everything was rigged back then. There's no way the Lakers should have got Magic Johnson. There's no way the Celtics should have got Larry Bird. These weren't cellar dwellers.
Well,
These teams were already good and established. So
they were in the when they came into the league, the Lakers weren't what the Lakers were. They were falling away. They had an aging Kareem, and
they had a budding James Worthy. I mean, come on, Jay.
Magic was there before James Worthy.
He was there.
Magic was there before James Worthy.
But they still had Jamal. They still had Jamal Wilkes. I mean, they had players. I mean, they might have went from 50+ games to 40-something games. There's no way that they should have been getting
Now
a
the
Magic
Celtics
Johnson.
were damn near at the cellar. When they got Bird, they didn't have hardly anybody. They didn't have DJ. They had the Chief.
They had Kevin McHale.
They didn't have Kevin McHale either. Not when Bird got there.
So all I'm hearing is there were super teams. That's all I'm hearing. There were super teams.
What I'm stating is they didn't go create these super teams. They didn't say, "Hey, I can't beat."
He just said Magic.
He said he made everybody better.
But he made it his own super team by making those players better.
Okay, so where did Rodman come from?
Rodman was a Piston.
It was a Piston that had won a championship that had beat Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Arguably a superstar.
He didn't go directly.
Arguably a superstar.
He didn't go directly.
Look at that,
So now we're talking about where his routes were and how he got to the team.
If you look at that Detroit team, he wasn't considered a
Oh my
superstar.
fucking
Look,
gosh!
he wasn't.
Here we
you had Isaiah Thomas.
Kyrie Irving was not considered a superstar neither before LeBron came.
He was considered.
He was never
a superstar.
Kyrie didn't play a fucking game in college, man.
In the first overall pick.
And he's the first overall pick, and you knew he was going to be a superstar.
But did he win anything?
You're talking about dudes who still was smoking Marlboro at halftime, man.
Did he win anything?
That's what you're talking about.
But did he win anything? You can't be much of a superstar if you didn't win anything.
The reason why I can't, all I want to state is none of these old school players never said, Magic never said, hey, Mike never said, hey, Magic. Come join me.
No, but he did say, hey, Rodman.
Because I can't beat Isaiah.
But he said, hey, Rodman.
No, he didn't say that. The general manager brought him there.
Yeah.
So
they were trying to replace Horace Grant. They were just trying to replace Horace Grant.
He didn't go in the summer and say, hey, man.
Remember, Mike sat out. Mike was out of basketball.
My question, how do y'all know that he didn't say? How do y'all know that Michael Jordan has nothing to say? Seeing everything that we've seen on Last Dance, and you telling me that it's not a bit of a stretch for Mike Jordan, as competitive as he was, for him to say, you know what, Dennis Rodman is probably the best fit for us right now. We have the capital for it. We don't need Horace Grant anymore. Let's go out and get him. You're telling me that is such a stretch for him to do?
They lost Horace Grant because he signed that mega deal.
Right, to Orlando Magic. But you're telling me that is such a stretch for Mike to say?
Michael Jordan didn't get along with the general manager.
But that's such a stretch. But he would talk to Phil. He'd talk to Phil.
Phil didn't get along with the general manager. But Phil would have to report. Let's be realistic here.
Let me give you another example, and this is gonna piss you off. It might even piss Tux off. During his time with the fucking Pistons, Dennis Rodman, the two Davises in Indiana were better power forwards than him at that time. Dale Davis and Anthony Davis. And Antonio Davis were better power forwards than Dennis Rodman at that time. I mean, I'm just saying.
At that time,
the Davis boys was those were the premier.
I'm not sure about both of them.
Huh?
I'm not sure about both of them. I believe Dale was actually at that time.
Antonio
Davis came on, but he wasn't. Dale was that man for a minute. Then Antonio came on.
Yeah.
They was the Davis brothers for a minute, but they weren't like simultaneously. They staggered in. Dale was that man. Antonio came in, was a little bit bigger. I do have a question though. Starting point guard for your All NBA team, greatest. Who would you pick?
Ooh, we'll start over there.
You want to start over here?
Yeah.
Irvin Magic Johnson.
Okay.
He took my guy. He took my guy. So I'll go somewhere else with it. And I'll go unorthodox. And I'll go KJ, Kevin Johnson.
You know what? No, you can have Irvin. Take Irvin. You can have Irvin. I want to go somewhere. I'll go a different direction. He goes Irvin. I'll go Allen Iverson.
Can I go a completely different direction? I say MVP D Rose. MVP D Rose. That season, that pre D Rose before injury, he would have been, I think, on pace to be one of the best point guards to ever touch the basketball. Explosiveness, athleticism, skill-wise, shooting-wise. D-Rose was that nigga. I'm sorry. I don't think if he wouldn't have gotten hurt, man. If he wouldn't have gotten hurt, I think we even still see glimpses of him being able to play like that. You know what I'm saying? Post surgery.
D-Rose honestly was the first player I've seen in quite some time to do something that I haven't seen before.
Just crazy
Like
shit.
when I was watching D-Rose and he was in the league, it was a point where it was like, wow, I've never seen nobody do that.
Oh, you seen it.
Nah,
I
like
just don't remember it.
nah, he floated this way, bro. Like D-Rose used to his hang time going in the air, bro, was kind of crazy, bro. Like real shit. It was
Mike Jordan had hang time like that.
I'm sorry. I said a long time too, though. I said a long time.
Dominique Wilkins had anything.
No, he had bounce.
But we're saying about point guards, though.
Too.
We're talking about point guards.
Dominique was a power
Oh, let's continue. Shooting guards. All NBA.
Ooh.
all time.
All time.
You gotta go Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
I'll go Michael Jordan.
James Harden. James Harden. The numbers are there. It's all there. I mean, offensively, it's all there.
Over Michael Jordan.
Offensively.
You're gonna go Michael.
I just feel like Michael Jordan is he's a ball hog. Which is true.
James Harden is it?
Which is true.
And James Harden is it?
But you're gonna have an alpha male, my fifth pick. You feel what I mean? So I'm gonna I didn't know what to do.
Small forward.
I mean, this is a tough one.
Go do it.
But you gotta go the best small forward of all time, man. My mouth wants to say Scottie Pippen. My mouth wants to say Scottie, but I gotta go Larry Joe Bird, man. Like at 3, I gotta go Larry Joe Bird, man.
Man, I gotta think on it. Go ahead. I know who you got.
Slim Reaper, baby. Mr. 7 foot. KD. And KD listed as a 3, which is crazy.
That's a good pick.
Well, I'll go with LeBron.
LeBron's listed as a 4 though. He's listed as a 4. So
He's played 3 most of his career.
he's played the 4. He's played power forward and point guard more than he's played the 3.
He came in the league as a small forward
Yeah.
for a long time.
Oh, okay.
He was a small forward with Miami when he won the championship.
Can you please retort your team so far?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Pre-injury D-Rose at my 1, at my 2, James Harden, and at my 3, KD.
And I made a switch during the way. You guys don't know. Pre-injury, Penny Hardaway.
Ooh.
Did I say Michael Jordan and LeBron James?
I had Allen Iverson. Well, I had Irvin. Since you're gonna go Penny, I will go Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, and Larry Joe Bird.
You see, I put the heat on them. Now they want to change up with the
I said
now everybody want to add
Mike and Magic first.
pre-injury niggas and shit.
I said Mike and Magic first.
That's kind
I
of
said
pressure.
Mike and Magic
That's
first.
the kind of pressure I put on these niggas. You feel me?
Are we going power forward?
Big
Are we going
body.
power forward now?
Yeah.
Power forward.
So wait, we can't use a player there if the person already took him? That's crazy.
At number 4?
Since we changing people, I want to change my 2. I don't want James Harden anymore. I want Kobe Bean Bryant. Since we're doing that.
That's a much better pick. Much better pick.
Another ball hog, but you know.
I'll take that.
You're losing credibility. And my power forward, but and we've been talking about this. This is a tough one, man. Like, there's so many great power forwards, and for what I need my guy to do at power forward, man, I'm gonna go. I gotta go with Tim Duncan. Man.
That's all. That's a decent pick.
That's one of my guys.
That's a decent pick.
I gotta go with Tim Duncan.
It's a decent pick.
I can't believe I'm being in agreement with this guy sometimes. I mean, he was.
That's an okay pick.
That's who I would go with him too. But I'm gonna go with the big ticket, baby, KG.
Ooh. I mean, damn, I love KG, man. I love him. You can't go wrong picking KG. You can't go wrong.
Power forwards.
What's this dude say? Luka Doncic.
Power forwards. I'm trying to think, man. There's a lot of good.
Dennis Rodman, right? That's
But he's not on my all time. He's not on my all time.
I thought the way
This is kind of like your favorite players, right? This isn't like.
No, this is who you think is the best.
the best power forward of all time is LeBron James.
No, this is who you're running with.
This is my squad, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh. I'm gonna put I could put Charles Barkley, can I? Yeah. Charles Barkley at my four.
The round mound.
Charles Barkley.
And the 5.
Man, the 5 is probably the toughest one to deal with. My 5 on my team. Damn. I mean, you have so many different options. For my 5, I'm gonna go with the greatest, man. I'm gonna go with the NBA scoring leader. I'm gonna go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lou Alcindor. I'm gonna go with him at my 5. I'm sorry, it just, I gotta go with the unblockable shot. I gotta go with that guy, the captain. You know what I mean? The dude who dominated all the greats in the game, except for during his time. I mean, he dominated Bill Russell. I mean, he dominated Will Chamberlain. He dominated these people, man. I gotta go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lou Alcindor.
Good pick, good pick. If you wouldn't have picked him, I would have picked him. But I'm gonna go with a true food snake.
That's all right. I would go with
Shaq Diesel, baby.
I was finna say Shaq. And I would say Embiid. I don't know what's going on so far.
Embiid where?
I would say Embiid.
He might be.
Embiid arguably he's gonna go down as one of the greatest centers of all time. Maybe not right now, but arguably in I'd say about 5-6 years he will be.
His career be over.
But he's averaging. I'm not gonna go into his averages right now, but he's averaging crazy ass numbers.
His career will be over in 5 or 6 years.
How do you figure that?
He can't stay healthy.
Is he originally from Africa? He's not even the best African center.
Probably. I mean, no. Okay, my center. Big Baby. Sorry, no, I'm playing. Hakeem Olajuwon. That's
a great pick.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Enjoy your teams, please.
Okay, number 1, pre-injury D Rose. Number 2, Kobe Bean Bryant. Number 3, KD. Number 4, Charles Barkley. Number 5, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Why is LeBron not on your team?
Cause he grabbed him. I thought we couldn't use the same players. Otherwise, I would have grabbed him.
We use the same player as Michael Jordan. Penny Hardaway, pre-injury. Michael Jordan. Who was
LeBron.
LeBron was my small forward, power forward. KG, the big ticket, and Shaq.
You think KG's the best forward of all time?
Wow.
KG's one of the best. He's my favorite.
So I'm looking at the ESPN the top power forwards of all time.
Mm-hmm.
The top, and this is the ESPN rankings. And one of these dudes is gonna really surprise you in this. So number 1, they have Tim Duncan, right?
Okay.
Number 2, they have Karl Malone. Number 3, Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah.
Number 4, Charles Barkley. Number 5, Kevin Garnett. Number 6, Kevin McHale.
Man.
Number 7, Kevin McHale definitely has to be on the list. Number 7, Bob Pettit.
Elvin Hayes.
Number 8, Elvin Hayes. And this is the surprise. Number 9,
Paul Gasol. Yeah.
Pau Gasol.
Yeah, that's a fuck. No. He's a good.
Fuck no.
What?
Fuck. Not all time list.
Not all time,
He's
bro.
top 10. Yeah.
Not all time.
Number 10.
I don't think.
Number 10, Dennis Rodman.
I mean,
Number 10,
if you think
Dennis
about
Rodman.
it, I mean,
I would put Paul Gasol as a center though.
First of all, center, you shouldn't even be on the top 10.
and I'll put him in the top 10.
No, I wouldn't.
I think he deserves to be up there, rightfully so.
Paul Gasol's the truth.
Rightfully so. Okay, we're gonna go to break. Next, when we get back from break, we'll be talking about football or other sports. Actually, we're talking about football when we get back. This is Game Point, and I'm Hez.
boys and girls, ladies and gents, hogs and hags, players and playettes. I'm your host, Uncle Tux, and this is The Issue. Your guide to music, arts, and entertainment. Come on and join our network as we push The Issue.
You know it. Upset, nigga. Remember me, nigga. Whoop. I hate you, niggas. And your bitches, too. I hate you, niggas. I hate them all, nigga. And your bitches, too. The game is cold when you out here in the jungle. Niggas like to get in trouble, then they ass crumble. I ain't looking for the light at the end of the tunnel. When these niggas get to tripping, I'ma twist them like a funnel. I get the bread and bring it back to the huddle. NFL nigga, I got the ball, bet I don't fumble. Bad bitches stare around me cause a nigga like to cuddle. Triple beam on the table cause a nigga like to hustle. Fuck your friends, fuck your hand, fuck your beverages. They say a nigga crazy, no I need that medicine. When the pistol in his face, he talking heaven sent. Gave his ass what he asked for, heaven's where he went. And your bitches too. I hate you niggas. And your bitches too. Verse, no rehearse, no a nigga curse. Been a loner, no stoner ever since birth. Do them like they did me, hit them where it hurts. I'm a rap park kill till I'm in the dirt. VIP the little biz, got them on my shirt. Never gon' stop till these pussies get murked. They gon' feel how I feel, but it's gon' be worse. Never told on the soul, put it on my turf. Ask the homie Fetty Mac, I got paperwork. Nicotina looking wet, I'm about to let it squirt. Red bourbon, I be swerving, about to let it skirt. I'm in the wind once again, blowing on this bird. And your bitches too. I hate you niggas. And your bitches too. No love for the ones that be acting fake. Go gorilla on a nigga, planet of the apes. 100 round, lay him down, pointing in your face. It's the hate within me that wins the race. Baby mamas ain't shit, gotta add them too. Just know I got my kids, fuck what you do. Bitch stuck in the past, you can kiss my ass. Got my wife on my side, waving when we pass. Wish you would get out of line, she'll kick your ass. Then we gone in the wind, 100 on the dash. I hate you niggas, I hate you bitches. I hate this feeling, but Lord forgive me. And you bitches too. I hate you niggas. And you bitches too. Don't ever question me. I'm here to stay. Promise you. As my brother would say. Check this out. Why do I feel so alone? Expect the unexpected. In this life I feel embedded. Pushing out the thoughts and the memories from my exes. Got me a little lightheaded. Why do I feel so indebted? Don't have the time to regret it. But where I'm headed got me feeling big-headed. You ain't say it, I said it. Hope everybody get the message. 3 a.m. on Pontiac, nigga, this that smooth riding. Cadillac, cognac, nigga, this that straight shot. Like head triggers and clear liquor. Till I see red like a bull's temper, but much quicker. Why it seem like every night they want my light dimmer? Wet the light fixture, night for the fight in them. Got my enemies yelling, go fish, go figure. I knew you didn't have any kings with you, and that's real. Like a killer on a pill, who been in the field with an attitude of drill. With the steel, I'm just like him, trying to make any competition on my timeline disappear. David Copperfield, yeah, they help me recognize my relevance. I've been through some real events that can't be eased with compliments, but common sense teaches me to hop over the comma fence and hit the next bracket of wealth, love, and confidence. Man, I do this every time, every verse, every rhyme. Put my heart and soul in it so divine, so that you and God can feel every single spoken line. Man, I feel it every time when she say I'm yours and you're mine. Truth is, we can never be together. The past has a way to shape the thoughts creeping in my mind. Why do I always choose the bitter ones that end up hurting me? But certainly, they don't mean it purposely, but inadvertently, I feel it personally. There's not one person who's a perfect me, but love makes them execute that shit perfectly. Why they try to do me in the worst way? Then tell me get out my purse per se. I just want a solid chick to rock with me like Earth Day. Push me and I'ma let it ring every year. Happy anniversary. I've been on a different path lately. Late nights with Latin ladies and they super.
Welcome back to Game Point. It's your boy Big J, sitting with Heads for Prayers and M. Goodnight. We've had some real discussions in the first couple segments. We have to check this dude's pulse and his sanity, because some of the stuff that he's been saying is absolutely out of this world. When we talk about the NBA and some of the great players, I think when you talk about Hez and his generation and our generation, I think we're kind of both guilty of not giving these players enough credit. I will say that there are some great players in today's game. I mean, you absolutely have some phenomenal athletes. I think LeBron James may be the greatest athlete, just overall athlete in sports, maybe sports history. But then you have to, figure in Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, right.
Tom Brady.
No, okay.
He's one of the greatest athletes?
No, he's not. No, he's
athletes?
not. No,
Yeah.
he's not.
Maybe not one of the greatest people with athletic skill, but one of the better athletes. Tom Brady was down as one of the most winningest athletes of all time.
One of the winnings, that doesn't make him a better athlete.
One of the best athletes?
His physical characteristics make him one of the best athletes.
So what's an athlete then?
Somebody with amazing physical gifts.
Tom Brady can throw the ball further than you,
No, he
anybody in this room can.
No,
that is
couldn't.
amazing
No,
athletic ability right there.
No, he couldn't. No, he couldn't.
My question is, I mean, let's just keep it simple. What do you consider your era?
Anything, so, I'll say like 2010, 2020. Just to be fair, give leeway.
2010 to 2020.
Yeah.
That's your era.
What's your era?
What's your era, Jason?
I mean, my real era is like, from 2000 to 2020, but that's such a broad area.
No, see, I think my era, when I'm born to you know what I'm saying, I'll take that era. Like when I'm born, 71 until
Bob Pettit area.
until 2000. I'll give y'all that. That's me. That's my era. 71 till 2000.
It's so long.
Man,
It's an era. That's an era.
This is
That is an era. The definition of an era.
We've been having this era argument with him forever. So I knew he was gonna pull some shit out of his ass. I knew he was gonna era. I would say my era is basically from 1980 to I got a 20-year era, the 2000.
So I think it's clear that our era has the best athletes of all time.
I mean, but who is in your what's the best?
I mean, okay, so but you can't say like what is your era or like because some of these athletes they come in like your era, but then they end up still playing in my era. Yeah. So like you can't say because our Tom Brady has won 3 rings in my era. I think he's won 3 rings in your era. You feel me? And then he's.
Era is a fixed point in time from which a series of years is reckoned. So, I mean...
This is what you reckon.
My era... I'll even go... As a matter of fact, okay, I'll go from 1980 until 2000.
The samurai.
I'll give you. We know what's the best era in sports.
You know, and it is one of the best eras. in sports.
Football, no. Football, definitely not.
You probably have the greatest teams ever played during those eras. During that era.
You said you have the greatest players ever. The greatest players.
Who's the best athlete in your era? That you would say LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Who's the best athlete in your era?
That's a hard question because I mean you can say Michael Jordan, but he's not. He's not the best athlete. You could say Bruce Jenner. You know what I'm saying? He won. Bruce Jenner won. Bruce Jenner won the Olympic the decathlon.
Yeah.
I mean 10 events. As an athlete,
So
you know what I'm saying?
so did the guys who had the commercial, Jack. You remember those two guys that had the commercial? Are you putting them up there? You remember those?
Dan.
Listen. As an athlete, especially and competing on that level, you have to put those.
We can put them. You can put them there. And definitely a true definition. But you know, let's go in each sport.
That's tough.
Let's go in each sport. What's your best athlete in basketball?
During my era?
During your era?
Michael Jordan.
The best athlete in my era in basketball would probably be. I would go with. Let's go to him and come back to me real quick.
All right, it's LeBron.
LeBron apologist.
I think in a few years.
That's a great. He's one of the greatest athletes around. And in basketball, I would have to go. With. I'll go with Shaq. I'll give Shaq.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? What 300-pound man could do what he did? There's not many.
That's a different way to look at it. And I guess you have to look at it like that. I mean, athleticism is definitely what he was all about. So, okay, all right. What's the next sport?
Let's go football.
Ooh, in my era, the best athlete in football. I mean, we probably have two of the best overall athletes to choose from in Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders. I think if you look at those two, because you know Deion is the only player to have a touchdown and hit a home run on the same day. In professional sports, I mean, in the highest stage. So, but then when you look at the physical things that Bo Jackson was able to do, it's really hard to pick one of those. I'll go Deion. I'll go Deion Sanders.
That's hard, man. I'm thinking 2010. We had a lot of greats, man. We had Trey Polamalu, you know, Ray Lewis. Shit. I'm thinking about like our greats now. I think Patrick Mahomes is gonna be one. And I think that's probably what I'm gonna stick with. Nah. I'm gonna go with Apex athlete. Football and go Lamar Jackson. He's definitely gonna be the greatest football athlete for us.
I mean, there's a tweener athlete that I was thinking about going with that I probably won't go with because he's not really. I don't know if he's my era, your era, or in between era, and that's Adrian Peterson.
Yeah,
one of the best athletes all around, especially in football. But I would go with either thinking of Michael Vick or. And I'll just stun you with it, and I'll go with a little bit different, and I'll go Lawrence Taylor.
I have questions on a few. Maybe a Herschel Walker.
Yeah, Herschel Walker is definitely. I think I think the problem with Herschel Walker, and I think the knock, and it shouldn't be, is that he's always going to be compared to Bo Jackson because they were right around the same time. And if you look at, and I don't think it's fair because if you look at athletics and being an athlete, I think you have to put Herschel on that list too, right up there with Bo, because this is a dude who played NFL football late, you know, at running back a lot longer than anybody else had, and he started to be a MMA fighter too. I mean, this dude kept himself in tremendous condition too. So you have to look at Herschel as a different as an athlete.
I mean, Herschel Walker is definitely one of the longest standing athletes. I mean, the way he's transformed his body and kept his body together. But by the time Herschel Walker hit the NFL, man. Herschel Walker was overrated, man. His best days. His
no.
best days were behind him in Georgia. I mean, what?
No,
what did he do when he was in Dallas? I mean,
I think
did he have 8,000 yards?
he did have 1,000 yards. You're talking about a player who was at that time was traded for the most players in NFL history. Number one. Number two, you're forgetting.
I hear that. I remember that. He was overrated.
And you're forgetting that if you're going to say anything, maybe his best years as a running back were in the USFL.
He went to USFL the same time.
Which was big, by the way, too. It wasn't like the XFL is now. It was actually big when it first came out.
The same time that Steve Young went to the same league, and he came out and he was a shell of himself. I mean, Herschel Walker was not. I mean, he was. What did he do when he was with Minnesota?
He was.
I mean, he was traded for 9 guys, but it wasn't worth it. Jerry Jones got away with a steal, the biggest steal in history. Herschel Walker was not that great. He was the best days when he was a Bulldog.
That's hard to say.
True.
I think Herschel Walker.
True, he does 500 push-ups.
I think Herschel Walker has some
his body's remarkable. Yeah, but what does that have to do with what he did on the football field?
I'm gonna look up his stats while Hez tells me.
Well, it's Tux. You have a question?
No, Randy Moss wasn't on the list for anybody.
That's a
One of the greatest receiver, great athlete.
I would say AI before I say Randy Moss.
No, football. We're just talking
Football.
I mean, great athlete.
Oh, yeah.
Great athlete. I mean, if I give you my top 10, top 5, he'd probably be on there. But I'm going with Lawrence Taylor, man. Who could do it on crack?
everybody in the 80s did that. I mean, he wasn't doing nothing. Nobody
Him and Dexter Manley were only 2 that I know.
Tony Gonzalez.
I have
High level 2-player sport.
Basketball?
Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp was a better athlete.
No, then Tony Gonzalez? The ex-basketball star Tony Gonzalez? Converted to tight
Star or
end?
player?
Come on, cut it out.
Star or player?
Hey,
Star or
he could
player?
have played both.
yeah.
Herschel had 1,500 yards for Dallas. 1,514 yards
Combined?
in 1988. No. His first
Combined?
yeah, so his first year for Dallas, he has 737 yards.
Rushing?
And the second year, he had 891. Third year, he had 1,514. 1989, he had 915 yards. Then he's traded to Minnesota, where he puts up, in 9 games, 669 yards. Then the next year, 1990, 770 yards. The next year, 825 yards. The next year, 1,070, but he's in Philly. The next year in Philly is 746. The next year is 528. Then he's traded, and he's basically out of the league.
I mean, he had one awesome year.
And I mean, that's not even awesome, though.
1,500 is awesome.
That's
1,500 is awesome.
The time is a great year.
The top guy this year didn't even get 1,500.
Who was top guy this year? Derrick Henry?
Whoever it was, he
Who
didn't get
was
1,500.
Who was it? Who was top?
But I just proved my point. Overrated. Yeah, we got one good year.
So, okay,
You just liked him because he had big shoulder pads and a neck.
I liked him because he was a great running back. So let's go to another sport. Baseball.
Oh, God.
Baseball.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Then give me your pick then.
I already know what you're gonna say. And I'm gonna go with King Griffey.
And just let everybody know.
Okay.
Just let everybody know.
King Griffey.
Last year, Derrick Henry had 1,500 yards.
Okay. Was that combined with the playoffs?
No, that was just last year.
Was that regular
season?
Okay, you did his thing.
All right. So who's your baseball player? Who are you picking?
What's the dude's name, man? AHRR.
Okay, that's a good one. You guys waiting on me?
I'm Ken Griffey, I told you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Barry Bonds.
I can say Derek Jeter. I know Jeter is my guy.
Let me just go ahead and say it.
But when you break down the MLB and what this dude did, you gotta say Barry U.S. Bonds, man. And you could throw steroids in there. You could throw whatever you want. This dude, for what he was dealt with everybody, with 85% of the league on the same substance, making it an equal playing field, and some of the great pictures of the era, be it Roger Clemens, be it Nolan Ryan, be it whoever. Well, Nolan Ryan wasn't on the juice, but Roger Clemens.
He was definitely dealt some good shit. You're right. You're right.
Here's the deal. Barry Bonds.
He had the best of the best.
Barry Bonds played against all these players and amassed Hall of Fame stats.
Barry Bonds was great. He was great before the Roy.
He was great before Roy's. So, he's the greatest.
I go Ken Griffey, the best athlete.
I love Ken Griffey. I would put
Why not Deion Sanders again?
Because he didn't do it on the level of those two, like for the length that they did it. I mean, Deion was an
athlete.
Deion was a good baseball player, but he wasn't a great baseball player like that. He was a great athlete, but
He ran up on us, Bo Jackson.
that was Bo Jackson.
That was Bo. No.
That was
So,
Bo.
Hockey, I don't know.
hockey is tough because we don't really know.
England during our time.
I know one of y'all is Wayne Gretzky, right?
Gretzky, I gotta go Gretzky. I'll go Gretzky.
Mario Lemieux guy.
I'll go Gretzky.
What's old boy he played with? My boy
Bruins.
played with Mario. Cole too, arguably better than. Yeah, arguably better.
He just finished. I think he's still playing.
He just finished though, but you're right. Arguably better than him though. All right. So what you guys looking forward to in this sports season coming up, man?
I'm looking forward to some games actually, to see how the NFL does it, especially since they're the biggest and baddest of our major leagues. I want to see how they're going to handle this COVID thing. Will there be fans? What will the games look like? Because the NFL is going to make their money. They're going to have TV. They're going to find some sort of outside revenue to make up for the loss of stadium tickets and concessions and parking and everything like that. The NFL is going to be that league that is really going to, I think, show other leagues how to make money and how to survive during this time. So I'm looking forward to the NFL.
I got a question. Do you think? NFL, we know it's probably going to happen, but during the NBA, what do you like about it? Do you like the new format they're gonna come with this year? The proposed format of the top 16 teams going at it.
Explain the format.
I believe it's just the top 16 teams, no matter what conference, they're gonna be seeded by their record.
I love that. I love that idea.
That's something totally different. I think that's a lot of teams are looking into that because some teams that are in a particular conference or league might not get into the playoffs because those teams are that much better. And you have a lot of that in the Western Conference, right, in basketball. So,
what do you think about being in a bubble, playing in a bubble, everybody at Disneyland, everybody in one place? How do you control the COVID? What if there's an outbreak? What if a person's asymptomatic and he affects a lot of people?
Well, they're going to be tested. They're going to be tested and tested and tested and retested and tested and tested and retested. And this is something that I think baseball is looking at too, because the way I hear it is baseball is going to be under in one city too. They're talking about playing all the games in Arizona, and keeping the teams in hotels. See, the whole thing is, man, this thing is, they're gonna find a virus. A vaccine before all of this really is affected, and I think they're on the verge of doing that anyway. Now,
but baseball is like a more naturally social distancing.
Yes, you're always almost all the time spread out, unless you're in the dugout. But where football and basketball, you kind of got to be right on somebody.
Well, part of the thing with baseball is that there's no spitting. They're saying there's no spitting. There's no hand. There's no shaking of the hands or none of the things that you have traditionally in baseball. But I don't think you can. You can't legislate spitting out of the game. That's just a natural thing. These dudes are still chewing. Baseball seeds, sunflower seeds, and chewing tobacco. Right. What are you gonna do then in those things? And those go with baseball. Those things go hand in hand with baseball.
I think at that point though, the athletes are gonna have to make a decision to where it's like you're getting paid millions of dollars. I think you can make a decision not to spit for a few hours.
If everybody's tested and everybody's proven that nobody has anything, then why can't we spit?
Just for the safety of the players and for like because you want to show that we're all in this together. You want.
But that's what it is. We're all living in the same hotel.
It's for the asymptomatic. There's people that are still asymptomatic.
But you're still be able to tell.
Right. Exactly.
But they're not gonna have. You can still get tested and be asymptomatic and not show those.
Not show any
No,
effect.
you're gonna still show COVID. You just won't show the effects of it, but it'll still show up in your body. You just don't have any symptoms if you're asymptomatic, but it can still tell you if you have it.
Right.
So,
but as the MLB, as the NFL, as the NBA, as the NHL, you have to be. You are the the faces of what's going on right now, as you are becoming the only things that are doing something, because we're not making movies anymore. Shows aren't coming out. Things are being delayed. So when you have these live things, you are now becoming essentially one of the front lines. So you have to do everything possible to show that, okay, hey, we're doing all the steps necessary to make sure nobody's getting spit. No one's getting sick. Even if that means you cannot chew sunflower seeds for a few hours. Even if that means
I don't think you can
cannot chew. But there's a lot of things that come on.
I think if everybody's proved that they're healthy or whatever, I think what's going to happen is that they're going to allow those things. Because if everybody's healthy, then what are you tripping for?
So when you supply 15,000 tests to these leagues that they may need, maybe 15,000 tests. That's what the NBA is saying they're going to need. What are you going to do? What do you think they're going to do about the public backlash to where they say we don't even have enough tests for the people in the public, and you can provide these tests for these leagues?
But I think that's been happening anyway.
I think. What do you say?
I think sports is that important to this country. If you look at the role in sports in this country, look at what happened during 9/11. How the country was shut down for 2 weeks, no games, no nothing, and the importance of bringing those things back was kind of like this is now things are starting to be okay, and I think we're going to start to see those kind of things with this COVID thing. Now we're starting to see whatever the new normal for this year is, and that be no fans or whatever. Okay, we're going to see, and then I'm sure they're going to be like, well, we're going to be working towards getting fans back, because that's a huge part of professional sports.
It's fans.
It's a huge part of revenue, and it's a huge part of being able to pay these players' salaries. Is concessions and parking and attendance to your game in your multi-million-dollar stadium. So
if we lived in Florida, would you be at the beach right now?
No.
Do you think we're gonna have any teams go bankrupt?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I do think there will be some
NFL teams and NBA teams, all teams in general.
Good old boys network. They're not gonna.
I don't think of them. Not in the NFL. I think baseball and NBA will be closer to, because I think the football is just something that, in terms of revenue and
business-wise,
participation from fans is the number one sport. That and NASCAR, which
NASCAR's back.
Yeah, but the fans aren't. And so when you start seeing,
but the thing about it, NASCAR is not. There's very very few tracks that have 70 or 80,000 people there. You might have 30,000.
No, that's not. See, I think if you look at
what tracks have that many?
All of them.
Not that.
I can name California Speedway. Las Vegas has 100,000. Talladega, Daytona.
I would have to.
India.
Please do. These are super mega.
But they're not going. They're going to different places every single week. They're not. They're not all holding 100,000 people.
I can guarantee you at least 80% of the tracks that NASCAR runs on holds 100,000 or more. And we're talking about Daytona. We're talking about Talladega. We're talking about Bristol, Tennessee. We're talking about.
We bring it up Thursday.
We're talking about one up in Maine. We're talking about Las Vegas. We're talking about California. We're talking about Texas Motor Speedway. We're talking about Kansas.
I've been by Texas Motor Speedway.
Man, and that's I promise you, all of these things are holding at least 100,000, 75 to 100,000.
We will check those stats.
I would love to check
your stats. That's not an issue.
You're watching Game Point. point with the premier sports team in the city with the premier sports dude in the city. Me, Big J, Heads for Prez, M. Goodnight. Man, we've been having a crazy discussion today about a lot of different things: NBA, COVID, a lot of different things. And if you're interested, make sure you check us out every Tuesday and Thursday right here on the AHRR Network from 4 to 6 p.m. Your input is always appreciated and necessary for the show to be what it can be. I mean, we have a lot of different strong opinions. We got a young dude who still trying to figure out sports in general and real stats and what they mean. He doesn't really see past LeBron, but LeBron's the best racehorse jockey. LeBron's the best fucking tennis player. LeBron's the best hockey player. It's like Bo knows, but it's LeBron.
I think in a few years, if I'm being completely honest, I mean, as of right now, to me, LeBron is the best player. But I think in a few years, I think KD is honestly going to surpass.
Well, what do you see the numbers that we just talked about earlier in today's show?
I think
the most fans are really disagreeing with you and saying that Michael Jordan is.
Those are fans, though. Those have nothing to do with real numbers. I think once KD wins a ring, I think he's gonna get.
He's won a ring.
I mean,
yeah,
a ring.
He went back to back.
But once he wins a ring, like by himself, when he's the apex predator on a team,
he was
the leader.
He was that guy.
I think he was. Yeah,
he was that guy.
Okay,
yeah, he was that guy. But let's not. Don't give me that shit. Y'all don't play dumb now. Not play dumb now. He didn't have Stephen Curry. Like he didn't have Klay Thompson. Like he didn't have Andre. Like he didn't have Draymond.
He had Russell Westbrook and James Harden.
Okay, James Harden, who was a 6-man, right? Who was a 6-man, who was averaging 13.5 that year, who was not on shit, right? And he had Russell Westbrook, who was okay. I'll give you that. Russell Westbrook has always been a beast, but he wasn't the same Russell Westbrook he is now.
He wasn't.
When
No.
Kevin Durant went to Golden State. That was Kevin.
He didn't have to go to Golden State. Golden State was going to win a ring by himself, no matter what.
I'm saying, when he went there, he was the man.
He took over.
He was the man.
He was the okay. I will say you. I wouldn't even say. I can't even say he was the man. He was. I wouldn't even say he was the man because you still his supporting.
When he came back in that series, when he tore his Achilles, when he came back just for that 1 quarter or whatever it was, you could see the difference
in a game
of what that whole series would have looked like.
In a game without Kevin Durant, that same Warriors team. They win 73 in 9 games. Without Kevin Durant, right? But when Stephen Curry goes out, when Klay Thompson goes out, then the Warriors start falling apart. Do not give KD all that credit like he did. No, he had a great one of the best supporting cast on that team.
And the reason and that's the reason Draymond Green got into it with him because Kevin Durant started to be the alpha on that team. And I don't think Draymond Green liked it.
And so you're saying KD won a ring by himself then?
Nobody's saying that.
Oh,
but he was the best player on that team.
Okay, so then that's what I'm saying. When he goes to New York, right? Or when he's in Brooklyn.
And they're talking about KD might come back for this playoffs.
When he's in Brooklyn.
What do you say about that?
Kyrie, I mean, come on,
Brooklyn?
Yeah. They said he might come back for these playoffs. What do you say about that?
Like I said,
does that mean trouble?
Here's the deal.
They're the seventh seed in the East.
He's better than Giannis.
If you look at Brooklyn, because they kind of overachieved, and you put him right there with Kyrie,
Dudley,
they got a nice squad.
Dinwiddie's
out of there.
Oh, that's right.
And Jordan there.
But Dinwiddie's where? What do you mean he's out of there?
Yeah, I guess when he was in Brooklyn.
Dinwiddie's there.
Dinwiddie's out of there. I think
Calvert's there.
He's looking for a new team.
Jordan's there.
Yeah, I'm saying they got a squad. They squadded up. They game deep. They game deep.
I don't think they. But honestly, even with KD, I don't think they can beat Milwaukee.
Jared Allen's there.
Is he not better than Giannis?
Yeah, but if you look at their teams, Milwaukee can legit throw out 5 starters at 7 feet. And you know what I'm saying?
So
and still can match them, bro.
But not off the bench.
It's not New Jersey.
Not off the bench.
Brooklyn can match them.
Not off the bench. I think Milwaukee can put out 5. They can throw out 5 7-foot starters and still have 3 to come in. I don't know if any team can match that.
But they're not. They're a bunch of role players.
That's the truth.
You
That is the truth. That's what we really need to talk
Giannis is a star.
about. Giannis is the only star in Milwaukee.
Giannis is a star. I think your boy
Bledsoe,
Chris
Middleton.
Middleton is a
Oh,
star.
he's not a star.
I think he's burgeoning.
He's not a star.
I think he's a burgeoning
He's
star,
not a
man.
star, man.
I think he's burgeoning.
He's a
He plays his role.
product of nobody in the East that plays his position.
As a 7'2" guard.
He's a product in the East and nobody.
I'm
plays
just
his
saying.
position.
They can throw 7-footers out there, and they're all athletic, and they all
Brooklyn can throw them out there, bro.
7-footers.
Brody, if you can have Kyrie,
He's not 7 foot.
if you can have Kyrie, Dinwiddie, okay, Durant, Jordan, and Jared Allen, that's a hard cover on both ends, bro. It's a hard cover,
Giannis, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, that one beige motherfucker that they got that's nice.
You gonna put the other below?
bro. Beige nigga been traded.
No, not the
You gonna put
the
the
beige nigga that's almost like albino beige.
You gonna put the
That
other
nigga.
Lopez in too, right? That's your
7 footers, man.
That's your other
7 footers,
five,
man.
right?
7 footers, man. No, then they got the one nigga that has the man bun. That light skinned nigga. Like Milwaukee got legit like 7 fools.
Well,
Like,
you don't even know these guys' names.
because they're all motherfucking.
You don't even know
They're all motherfucking
You don't
foreigners,
even
man.
know
I
these guys'
can't
names.
pronounce this.
And these
pronounce
guys are average at best.
I can't believe you just said that.
They're African. I can't pronounce.
I'm weak.
All right, man. We gonna wrap today up, man. We thank everybody for being here. Game Point right here on our network. We had a great show today, man. Heads for prayers. Your favorite internet troll. Good night. I'm your boy Big J, man. Like I said, every Tuesday and Thursday right here on the AHRR Network, we will be here from 4 to 6 p.m. breaking down the world of sports. Hoping we ain't got to kill this dude Heads for giving us some bogus facts. And just bringing LeBron in on every damn argument.
Bring LeBron in on every
See,
damn
I'm bringing him back right now. You're watching the AHRR Network. It's your boy Big J. Check us out Thursday, man. More to come. Thursday, I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we'll definitely put it out there on Facebook. And make sure you check out the AHRR Network page on Facebook and AHRRnetwork.com. There's some great programming that these dudes is going down. And check us out on YouTube at AHRR Network on YouTube. I'm Big J. This is Game Point. We'll holler at y'all.